Hey, man. Try some of this. It's absolutely dynamite.
Oh, yeah?
A child's garden of grass.
Many people have smoked marijuana. Many have seen marijuana, but very few people have ever heard marijuana. The history of marijuana.
Marijuana was first discovered in Twin Falls, Idaho in 1907 by a small Polish immigrant by the name of Wayne Krolka. The discovery occurred in early May, while Wayne was working late in his study one evening trying to find a shorter route to India.
That's one small toad for man. And a giant toad for mankind.
Acquiring marijuana.
There are 4 basic methods of acquiring marijuana: buying it, growing it, receiving it as a gift, and stealing it.
Buying marijuana.
Yeah?
I'd like a big bottle of root beer, please.
Okay.
And a copy of Playboy.
All right.
And some pistachio nuts.
Yeah.
Could I have a cleaner copy of Playboy, please?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It's kids.
And a pack of marijuana, please.
Mexican, Vietnamese, or domestic?
Mexican.
Flip top, flat box, soft pack, or bulk?
Take bulk.
All right. That comes to, that'll be $2.15.
$2.15.
Growing marijuana.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how doth your garden grow?
Really great where there's no heat, and usually best when I put the seeds about a ½ inch underground, water lightly once a week, and hope for the best.
Receiving marijuana as a gift.
Getting grass as a gift is probably the nicest way of all of acquiring it. Here are a number of methods guaranteed to get you free grass.
Be very, very nice to everyone you meet.
Or
Look for people who are smoking grass. Go over and stand next to them as quietly as possible and look wistful. If they give you any, be sure to say thank you.
or
Become a narcotics officer.
Or,
Be a very beautiful girl with large breasts.
and if none of these methods work, then whenever you're taking a walk, look on the ground for rolled up baggies with a rubber band around them.
stealing marijuana.
Now, here's the main method for acquiring yourself some free grass. You just creep up on someone and go, hey, say, look up there. And you cop that grass and split.
The effects of marijuana.
The first time a person tries to get stoned, he may not feel any effect whatsoever. Many people, even Methodists, find that after smoking for hours, particularly with good grass, they'll still feel no effect the first 2 or 3 times. For them, we recommend needlepoint, weightlifting, or any of the other traditional methods of reaching nirvana.
I can lift 347 pounds over my head, but still, nobody likes me.
We believe that, except for a few weirdos here and there, everybody can feel the effects of grass.
Fortunately, all the barriers which keep a person from getting high are easily overcome once you know them.
The first barrier to overcome is the belief that smoking grass gives one a kick.
It does not. You do not get a kick or a rush from grass.
The second barrier is that there's no way to know how you're supposed to feel. so you don't know what to look for.
And the third barrier is a roadblock.
Your papers, please. I only have a pipe, man.
Then you'd better come with me.
Creativity.
It's a known fact that grass increases creativity from 8 to 11 times. In fact, everyone finds that they're more creative stoned than straight.
All of us are latent Michelangelos or Carusos or Da Vincis and think we can paint or sing or write if only we tried hard enough.
No, take another one.
Oh, far out. Yeah.
Each. Okay.
That's right near the end. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
we'll
see there.
get you
Yeah.
some more steam.
Oh, my baby, she's a dirty dog and she know it. I got about just a half a mind and she can blow it. Yeah, yeah, you take a trip to the left, you take a trip to the right. When you trip too far, you're gonna fall all night. Well, that's what you get, standing by yourself, doing the dirty dog on the continental shelf. It's okay to tell you, it's gonna be
The physical effects of marijuana.
The first sensations may be felt instantly after having smoked some grass, or an hour after having eaten it. Usually, you creep slowly into a stoned condition, inch by inch, sliding upward, but if you've eaten it, the effects may come upon you suddenly and strike you full force in the middle of a word.
So while I was shopping at the supermarket, see, I saw this beautiful chick, really dynamite. So I was just about to use the old drop the jar of mustard on her foot ploy, you know, to meet her. And she, when what were we talking about?
And if the people you're talking to are stoned, they won't remember either.
What were you just saying? I beg your pardon? The first sensation you'll feel will be physical. A new tingling of some sort. A band of light pressure around your temples or in your shoulders or back. You may become aware of your knees or your instep.
Something weird.
Or your
happening to my
head
knees
seems
and my instep
heavy
and my
and filled with
head,
chopped
and
brown paper.
Seems to be filled
Or
with like
it
chopped
might
liver or
feel
something.
empty and floating farther
No, it's
about
kind
your
of-
shoulders
it's like
than
empty
it's supposed
and
to be.
floating above my shoulders.
You might also become aware of your
Higher than it's
anus
supposed
or
to.
genitalia.
There's some other things too.
You'll also discover that grass is an analgesic, and like ordinary pain relievers, can cure headache, neuritis, and neuralgia.
So remember...
M-A-R-I-J-U? A-J-U-A-N-A. Marijuana. Marijuana.
Psychological effect.
Sometimes the early psychological changes coincide with the early physical changes experienced while stoned, but the famous mind expansion comes after the famous physical sensations. Grass heightens and distorts.
For example, profound revelations.
You may think you have profound revelations, only to discover later that they are none too profound. For example,
profound revelation number 1.
Survival of the species is everybody's business.
Profound revelation number 2.
No matter how much you may dislike pickles, it is, after all, the only thing you can do with cucumbers.
What may cause this magnification of the importance of certain things is that your mind seems to be racing along, and sometimes
you find
operating a number of levels
at
at once.
simultaneously.
There is also the fact that you tend to forget everything almost as soon as it happens, and certain thoughts seem to take on secondary and even tertiary.
Hey, man, what are you talking about?
I think I forgot.
Let's listen in on a quiet scene in The Little House Down the Street. Andy and Virginia are very stoned and are spending the evening listening to their collection of old records and giggling a lot. Let's listen.
I'm all discombobulated for shimmel.
Are you hungry?
Hungry? No. Oh, wait a minute now. Did you mean am I hungry for food, or am I hungry in the abstract, like hungry for knowledge or adventure? It's my own humor.
What were we talking about?
You asked if I was hungry.
Oh, did I?
Well, yes.
Well, are ya?
Am I what? Am I what? I don't even know my own name. Shit.
Time and space.
Your awareness of time and space also becomes confused. Things seem to take an unearthly long time, although much less often things which should have taken a long time seem to have zipped by in an instant.
Zipping takes an instant. Unzipping seems to take forever.
Come on, honey. Come on.
Oh! Shut up!
Space alteration is totally unpredictable. Sometimes the room looks longer, and sometimes the room looks shorter. Sometimes the ceiling seems to be 3 floors above you, or only an inch from your head.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Maybe there will be no space alteration in your room whatsoever, but get up and walk down a flight of stairs, and that flight of stairs becomes infinite.
Time disorientation can sometimes cause you needless concern. Who hasn't experienced having his girlfriend say that she's going to the kitchen for some Coke?
I'm going to the kitchen
Okay.
for some Coke.
And then not see her again for 2 days.
I wonder whatever happened to, what's her name?
After thinking she's accidentally locked herself in the refrigerator or been spirited away by Chinese people, you run into the kitchen and yell, "What's the matter?"
Gloria! Gloria, what's the matter?
I'm locked in the refrigerator.
Only to realize she's been gone less than a minute. Getting hung up.
Small tasks and insignificant things can take on a tremendous importance and interest. Often you find yourself doing some little thing over and over, like picking lint off your dog, or staring at a tiny, tiny spot on the wall, or playing with something like this little microphone button here that doesn't seem to have very much of a purpose, really, except that it makes a funny noise whenever I push it, you know?
Time disorientation and hung-upness act together quite often, and you find yourself doing something inane for a long time and thoroughly enjoying it, even though every now and then you think you've been doing it forever.
When you're doing something really dumb, like watching Queen for a Day or The Flying Nun on TV, another symptom is revealed. After staring like idiots at the show for 18 minutes, someone will ask,
What are we watching this for?
Come on. God, that guy's doing a
Berlin
ballet.
Husky and Rom Woyd, 1957. It's rotten, man. It's just terrible.
Ron Wood was the monster, right?
Put them all down.
No, Ron Woyd was the actor.
That's ridiculous.
Well, change it.
What,
Wait, didn't you just... I thought you flicked
You know what this is?
Oh.
What is
guy?
No, what is it?
Bridge Hoser's Holiday,
Sit down, I can't
1933.
Who's?
Bridge Hoser's Holiday. The Sterling Lloyd film, the first Lloyd.
Oh, it's great.
Why don't you flick
Really
the green on so his
you
shoes
change
are
it.
purple?
Yeah,
Let me see what else is on, huh?
Oh, come on. Oh.
You really like this?
Watching this.
Look, I'll flick around.
You'll all turn and nod at whoever asked the question, then resume your show watching, all together, until the show is concluded. Why? Because a basic truth about being stoned is that everything, even television, is good. You must learn to be careful of this.
Funniness.
This is one of the most pleasant and exciting psychological changes which occurs. Dick, there's this little spot in your mind which tells you when something is funny, you know? And grass expands that little spot until that little spot takes over. And everything is funny. I mean, everything, you know? Your friend's teeth are a riot. A simple hello brings on storms of laughter. And something which is genuinely funny, like a good joke or a Marx Brothers movie, can turn you into a compulsive maniac, writhing in agony and pleading for help. I know this is true because I just got back from a small town. In fact, the town was so small that when I plugged in my electric shaver, the trolley stopped. My room was so small that the mice were stoop-shouldered. That's why I say, let me entertain you, because that's all I want to do. Yes, sir!
Let's hear it for a great little comic, a funny guy, Jimmy Burney. Let's bring him out again, folks. What do you say? And here he comes, folks. A big hand, Jimmy Burney.
Meditation.
Meditation is a method of discovering hidden aspects of the world or of oneself, or of transcending reality in order to reach a higher spiritual state. One method of accomplishing this is to concentrate for a long period of time on a specific theme or subject, or on a meaningless word, a mantra. A mantra is meaningless in and of itself, but it has a magical, mystic value. I will give you your own mantra. But remember, this is a personal mantra, and you mustn't telling anyone else what it is. Your secret mantra is Un Yeleman. Un Yeleman. Now say it now. It's very beautiful. Now, first sit on the floor or on your bed with your foot crossed and your hand in your lap. Sitting up straight, taking a deep breath and relax, letting the mind wander for a while as it usually does. And when you find a space in your thinking which seems sort of quiet, start saying the mantra. Un Yeleman. Stress the first syllable very hard and keep saying it over and over. And if you're having to scratching or to move, you may do so, but no matter what is happening in your mind, keep saying the mantra and concentrate on it for as long as you can. And soon, I do believe you will find that the passage of time is no longer known by you, and it will become to feel as though you are adrift in the cosmic void. And though you might be frightened at first to be so alone in the cosmic void, then you will hear the sound of many, many voices, and they will all be saying Un Yeleman, and it will be the sound of the great cosmic brotherhood. It will be all of us. It will be you and you and you and myself, all saying the wonderful word of Un Yeleman, joining together with our hands and taking this wonderful message that we have to not only this place, but into the other place, and soon to the next one. And then after that we will go to the world, and we will tell the world the secret wonderful joy of Un Yeleman, and the world will become ours, and we will rule the world under the mystical power of Un Yeleman. I want to hear Un Yeleman! Un Yeleman! Un Yeleman! Sieg! 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 Sieg!
Now we get to the most important things which grass alters, and through alteration enhances. These things are three. The holy three. And they are eating food, listening to music, and making love, you dig?
Eating food.
Eating becomes a joy unbounded. All food tastes far out. If you open a box or bag of stuff like Abba Zaba bars or dried figs or something, you'll start eating and eating until someone happens along and pulls the bag or box out of your hand.
Hey!
At which point you might dash to the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
And start eating lettuce and leftover pieces of fried squash.
I looked in the refrigerator!
Music. Listening to music while stoned is a whole new world. Most heads consider its importance second only to sex. And grass will change your musical habits for the better, even when you listen later, when you're not stoned.
Besides classical music, there are other types which are also delightful to listen to while stoned. Folk, acid rock, electronic, and jazz. But there are some kinds of music which you must never, ever listen to. For example, you should never, ever listen to Myron Floren music. Or Dick Contino music. or roll music. Unless, of course, they're all playing together.
A feeling which occurs quite often and rather strongly while stoned is a thing called sex. For this reason, it's a good idea not to get stoned unless you have a girl with you.
Unless you already are a girl.
If you already are a girl, hi there.
The music in the room, or the murmurings of your friend, are not just an audio delight, but a physical sensation.
Yeah. Oh, gee. I'm glad you like this. Let me turn on the light. Yeah. Gee, come on over here and sit down. And, yeah. You liked it? Jesus Christ, I couldn't wait to get out of that place where the record player was so loud. It was sitting right over there, right? But it was blasting in my ears. Sit down over here, make yourself comfortable.
Feels good.
Yeah, here's another pillow. Gee,
Relax.
I'm really glad that you came out. You know, yeah, it was really nice. Just walking in there, meeting you there.
Feels good to get quiet again.
Yeah, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Can I get you some wine or maybe something to something to drink?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, great, man! I got some Japanese wine that really can really stone you out. Just puts the edge on everything. You drink it warm, and it's really out of sight. Yeah, you're really gonna dig it. Oh yeah, you know about it. Yeah. Then you get it in Japanese restaurants. It's here. Why don't you drink it out of this little cup?
Oh, I got some hashish too.
Oh, some hashish. Oh, fantastic. Hashish. That means I got a.
No, I got a pipe.
Oh, you got a pipe. Great. Okay, let's. Gee whiz, I'm really glad you came in. You mind if I put it in the pipe and
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I'm really glad you. It really worked out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that wine delicious?
Yeah, this is nice.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It feels good on your lips.
Yeah. Oh. Great.
Yeah, this is good.
Great stuff. Oh yeah, dynamite stuff. Yeah. Did you have your palm read before?
Oh, can you read my palm?
Yeah. Let me read your palm.
Far out.
Far out. You really got a far out lifeline. Really far out lifeline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at the way it travels right up your arm. Yeah. Really. You're really incredible. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Keeps right on going.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just keeps right on going.
The smell of your friend's hair, or the warm, soothing touch of his or her body, or the curve of a cheekbone. All these separate sensations swirl and mix together into a whole, an avatar, a divinity incarnate.
Yeah.
And the sensual delight of your own body, and the glorious splendor of the setting all fuse together, and you and your friend and the whole world become a chasm of jubilation for minute after minute after minute, until seemingly a millennium has passed and time has lost all claim to meaning. And the multitude and the intermixture of your responses which you experience preparatory to and during the sex act seem to recur again and again and again, like the infinite number of images produced when you stand between two mirrors. And they begin to reproduce themselves and intertwine with one another, growing and building until you experience revelations of feeling so poignant that you can examine each pinpoint of pleasure, and so overpowering that the entirety of it thrusts you into a maelstrom of pure, ecstatic energy.
I really dig when you do that.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you ask me?
I really dig doing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spiro,
Yeah?
you do love me, don't you?
Oh, baby. Just keep doing that.
Games. Virtually every mental activity which one engages in when stoned may be lumped into the broad category of games, partly because everything seems like a game when you're stoned, and partly because the competition and excitement of playing games becomes heightened and validly reflects our entire life struggle. Can you dig it?
It is a truism that games which add another dimension to your life, and grass which heightens all feelings, will, when mixed together, create an exciting and enriching experience.
You missed that pass, Henderson! What happened?
Sorry, Coach. I slipped on the grass.
Well, folks, we'll be back in a minute with more excitement right after this word.
Beer, 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 beer.
There are two basic game kingdoms: physical games and intellectual games. A few games, of course, fall in both categories, such as Stick Quiz. This is a simple game played with a leader and one or more players. The leader asks a question of one of the other players, and if the player doesn't know the answer, the leader hits him with a stick. Outdoor games.
When it comes to the physical games, there are but two things to remember. Keep them simple and bear in mind the problems with space and time which you'll have. Mumbledy-Peg and Russian roulette, and for that matter, all games involving knives or guns are out for obvious reasons. How about that, Jerry?
Well, Vinny, you know, playing croquet while stoned can be an extra beautiful trip. Sometimes you think you're a member of English aristocracy, and sometimes you think you're God.
Right you are, Jer. Well, folks, we'll be back in a minute with more excitement right after this word.
And now, today's outdoor sport.
Mrs. Eileen Simon of Phoenix, Arizona. You win that beautiful, all-immersible pop-up toaster and, of course, compliments of our sponsor, a full key of Always Mild, Always Wild Cincinnati Off-White Marijuana.
Indoor games.
Listen, outdoor games are all right, but they lack the intellectual challenge, the imagery, the superworldliness of your indoor games.
The intellectual level of the games which will be most fun when you are stoned will depend on how stoned you are. If you are very, very stoned, see, you might have trouble playing Find Your Foot or Peekaboo. But if you can maintain a normal level of awareness, a myriad of games are available to you, which present the new excitement and challenges which you never would have guessed existed. You know what I mean?
Children's games such as pick-up sticks, finger painting, and Tinker Toys are excellent. Board games like Monopoly, Scrabble, and Parcheesi are fun too. But games of thought and talk are the very best.
And now, once again, it's time to play Make a Sentence.
For those of you at home who haven't watched before, here's how we play. A group of people sit in a circle, and each in turn says a word, one word, in turn, until a complete sentence is formed. Are you ready, panel?
Yes, sir.
Let's demonstrate.
Grass
distinguishes itself
From
all
other
chemicals
that
purport
inwardly to
euphorically
stimulate
and enlighten
those
members
of society
which
prefer
habitually drug
rolled
material
in forms
that
sequentially
often produce
excessive
hallucinations,
whereas some
marijuana
has
often cost
less
than
a dose